What's up? I'm gonna talk about how you can use this mindset to achieve whatever that you want. Now you're asking like what kind of mindset I'm talking about? Talking about skills, boys. Skills. And I was going about, my average day trying to improve in, pickup, which is like, talking to girls and, improving my social skills around the area. And one helpful mindset that goes through, you know, not only this area of, life, but any other areas as well, is learning how to use this mindset of treating everything as a skill. And what that means is, getting the repetitions in, getting the experience necessary to grow from that area and actually improve in it. For example, like if you're thinking about, hey, I'm such a negative person, I think negative like all the freaking time, it's probably, yeah, it's your fault, for allowing that to happen in the first place. But, on the bright side, it's not something that you can get rid of straight away. So what you want to do is, instead of thinking about, I'm a very negative person, how about thinking, I have to cultivate the skill of, thinking positively all the time. And that means, trying to think positive whenever that you think negative and so on. Well, I'm not saying that, you should be positive all the time and, be engulfed in toxic positivity. That's not what I mean. But what I mean is you want to treat every single thing that you do as a skill. That's one helpful mental model to have. And for example, like I've been practicing singing for a while, I've been practicing pickup for a while, and fitness is also another thing that I've been doing. And it's frustrating sometimes whenever like I don't get things immediately. Like when it comes to singing, I still can't relax easily. Like I'm always like very tense when I sing. And when it comes to picking up girls, I tend to feel nervous sometimes, and that gets in the way of me delivering what I want to say smoothly. I might be a bit too like robotic sometimes. And when it comes to fitness, I may be quite controlling. Like it's like I can't seem to be consistent with my performance sometimes in the gym. Like when it comes to lifting weights, sometimes I can hit it, sometimes I don't hit it. So instead of thinking like that's a problem, with my attempts and it's like a frustration and a struggle, why not treating it as a skill? Like when it comes to like shooting 3-pointers in basketball, for example, or dribbling a football, you are gonna like screw up somehow. Like when you're like throwing the ball up the hoop, it takes skill, it takes practice, it takes a lot of trial and error to get it right. And yes, while you want to get the correct information on how to execute that you want properly, but at the same time you want to also put in the repetitions in, and that means learning from trial and error. So what I'm going to talk about right now is how to apply this looking at things as a skill mentality in the areas that you want to succeed at. So let's give a very good example, which is fitness. If you're someone who's like starting to go to the gym regularly, like most people think about the results. Like most people think about I want a very good body, I want to lose weight and stuff like that. But thinking about the end goal won't get you anywhere. It's the process that is gonna ultimately get you to the goal, because action equals results. So what you want to do, you want to see your workouts as a series of never ending steps that you're constantly wanting to improve on. So for example, let's say your choice of workout is running, and let's say you manage to run like 5 km in 1 hour, for example. That's your current best. So the next time you want to do 5 km, you want to treat it as how can I improve on my next mileage? Like, can I hit 55 minutes for 5 km? Can I hit 50 minutes the next session? Can I hit 45 minutes? So you constantly want to improve and see running as a skill. And yes, sometimes you may not hit it. Some days you're extremely tired. Some day, your knees are aching, you're feeling like very fatigued. But that's okay. That's the part of trial and error process. Because, while you're working towards, losing weight, you are always constantly trying to improve yourself. You are trying to get better at the exercise itself, because you getting better is an indicator that you're losing weight, and you are actually getting even fitter. So losing weight isn't the only metric, it's your performance doing the exercise, which is a very good indicator. And that goes with other areas in life. When it comes to sales, like sales isn't so much about how good you talk. It's about how well you apply conversational skills inside certain situations so that you can get the outcome that you want. And that means sometimes you may screw up certain sales. Like you may say the wrong things at the wrong time. You may come off a bit pushy sometimes when you're doing sales, but it's all part of the process. It's all part of the trial and error process that you're constantly refining. So all you want to focus on is having that self-awareness of the mistakes that you're making, learning from it, and then trying again until you get it right. So that is how you apply the trial and error process towards achieving what you want. But that's one mistake that normally people make when it comes to think of things as a skill, is they beat themselves up like a lot when they make mistakes. Like they put a lot of ego into the things that they're doing. Like for example, if let's say they do not see weight loss on the scale, they do not see improvements in their performance when running, they get all down. They think I'm a failure. Things aren't working for me. It's so hard for me to get results. When that happens, it's like it's gonna bring you to a negative spiral. So you want the most important part of any learning of the skill is paying attention to the positives of what you're doing and forgetting the negatives. So for example, let's say you do not hit your run on a particular day. You fail to hit 55 minutes when last time you do 1 hour, or you were once 65 kilos and you end up being 66 kilos the next week. It's very painful. The emotions will be there, but you want to attribute success towards the things that you did right, like the application of the things that you did right. Okay, did I work out? Yes, I did work out, which is a good thing. Did I stay on my diet? Did I eat my vegetables? Did I hit my calorie target? And if the answer is yes, then you are actually doing the right thing. You want to attribute your success not on the results you see on the scale, but on doing the right things. Because sometimes results don't come immediately. It takes time. It takes continuous doing of the same thing over and over again, or the continuous process of improving that thing that you're doing over and over again until you get the results that you want. So instead of focusing on the bad results, I don't believe in bad results, but the results you get, focus on whether or not you're doing the right things. Alright, that's all part of the skill. Like when it comes to shooting 3-pointers, you may get fed up on that you can't hit the ball now, but instead of being fed up that you can't hit the ball, why not focus on the form? Focus on, okay, I may not get the ball in the hoop now, but is my form right? Am I flicking my wrist in the correct way? Am I having my stance in this way? Focus on the process, focus on the actions. And whenever you screw up, you want to be really biased on the things that you're successful at. So let's say you managed to get 54 minutes, really internalize that success. And let's say if you lost weight, really internalize that success. But whenever you fail, whenever things doesn't go your way, forget about the mistakes you made. Forget about it. You want to learn from it, alright? You want to reflect on it, learn from it. If it's painful, reflect on it. But once you have a resolution, forget about it. No longer think about the mistakes. Only focus on the right actions that you have to do from now on. The third and the most final step is focusing on the things that you can control versus the things that you can't control. Alright? So when it comes to running, for example, I kept on using the running example because it's quite easy. Okay, let's use another example. Alright? When it comes to let's say socializing with girls, alright, because I'm basically doing it as well. One thing I can't control is right now I'm at the current stage of my learning. What I can't control is, you know, how good the conversation goes. I can't control whether or not the girls, you know, react to me positively or negatively, whether or not I get blown out or not. This is something that I can't control. But what I can control 100% at that moment is, you know, my delivery when I'm talking to someone, you know, how I carry myself body language wise, when I'm staying upright, am I like hunching forward. These are the things that I can control. So, you know, whenever I want to make an improvement to something, all right, I want to make sure that, you know, I get all the things that I can control right. My body posture is right, my delivery is right. Then in order for me to improve the next time, you know, I try to just add 1% more to what I'm doing. Like for example, like my body language is right. Maybe I'm just gonna change one sort of phrasing that I normally use. Like let's see if I always like directly approach someone and tell them that they are adorable, they are cute, and I wanted to meet them or I want to come talk to them. I just add 1% more to what I'm currently doing to make it even better. Like for example, doing my opener, I say you're adorable. Maybe I can just add like one thing, like, you know, hey, you look adorable, but I'm unsure about you, so, you know, I wanted to come by and see if you're like as interesting as your look suggests. So I'm adding 1% to my opener, for example, all right? And that sense, you see if there's any improvements. Then, you know, once you get feedback on the results, you want to improve on that, add 1% more, so you're constantly stacking things on top of what you're doing and making it better. That's, you know, knowing what you can control. Because sometimes people just focus on, you know, I want to get 55 minutes, you know, I want to get a 6-minute mile, for example, but, you know, sometimes they're not capable of running a 6-minute mile yet. So what can they control? Perhaps, you know, running a bit faster than what they normally do. Like doing the first round, maybe you focus on, hey, I'm gonna try running a bit faster on the first round and see how it goes. I'm gonna run a bit faster on the second one and see how it goes. Or maybe I want to try running faster and sustaining it for like an extra 1 minute compared to last time, and that means I may feel a bit more tired, but I'm gonna try, you know, increasing my pace at this specific situation. So you always constantly want to add things to what you're doing, small incremental steps towards the things that you can control. And, you know, don't consider things that you can't control. Think of those things that you can't control as, you know, potential wins, but not the end all be all of what you're gonna do. All right, so that's it for this video. It's all about, you know, how to see things as a skill and how to apply this mental model in the things that you're doing. So if you enjoy this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this. I'll be making these sort of videos, like, you know, a lot. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one soon. Take care.